It all started with a small SaaS company in Finland. Today, it's used in over 80 countries around the world. The journey, anything but easy. Lessons learned, key insights, hard-earned experiences. This is the founder's point of view.
Okay, welcome to the founder's point of view. Summer is behind us and different studio at this time. Not driving a car currently.
Yeah, because of the fuel issue.
Yeah, empty battery. Today we are going to talk about the first half of this year. How was it, and how the fresh strategy we implemented in January, how that's going and so on.
Yeah, that's the topic. Maybe we first we should maybe a little bit repeat that what was the strategy. Someone who has listened all of these podcast episodes might remember that we had that pretty long strategy session together with all of our employees.
Yeah.
And we started that at the end of the 25, and we had many problems related to the go-to-market, the specific areas like the UK and the DACH area.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to convert new clients easily, and it was pretty hard to communicate that what we do and what is the value they get, and there were many problems related to the USP and how to communicate the product.
Yeah.
And especially many of those problems were related to that.
Yeah.
And then we started to have a conversation, a discussion, and workshop together that let's list all the problems we have seen and try to list everything, and then based on that, let's try to figure out that what we should do differently, and if we want to reach the annual growth level more than 100%, what we should do differently. And then we listed those things from the success, from the sales, from the marketing, from the product development, from the admin level, from every level, and we combined them, and we noticed, okay, there is actually we see this thing pretty similar from everyone.
Yeah.
And that was the baseline of our strategy, that data was the baseline, and of course the vision that how to get back to the growth level of 100% annual growth.
Yeah.
And then during the 25, we also had noticed that one topic was hotter than the others, and it was the AI visibility, what we have been able to gather or gain to our clients with help of the reviews and public feedback they had collected with Trustmary and published on the website and the third-party page. And it has started to be the new very hot topic, and the clients, every time we talk about it with the clients, they were very interested in that, what they could do differently, and what would be the way to get more of that. And the company started to see the trend that the Google and the traditional search engines will be replaced soon with the ChatGPT or AI overview searches or AI mode searches.
Exactly. I remember one interesting conversation with our potential UK client before Christmas last year. we talked about the reviews and feedback and all that stuff. We are like all those problems we are solving with our core product. So basically collecting feedback and reviews and displaying them in the web. And I remember the conversation when I mentioned that you will need these reviews for the AI visibility. I saw the face and realized that this is something. This is actually ringing some bells. So even though the like core product is pretty much same, it can like solve a bit different problem for our customers. And that was like the only slight communication fix we had to do. Of course, we have done lots of other things as well and kind of launched new product, but
and in our cases, many times you need to replace the many processes or replace the whole culture of the company. So if you start to be more customer oriented and collect feedback and consume the feedback, utilize that feedback, you need to change the culture and the many processes. And that's why to do that, you need to be motivated enough. And to get motivated enough, I think that the AI visibility and competition in AI searches is something that everyone understands.
Yeah, definitely.
If
it really motivates people.
If they're not going to be inside the recommendation lists what AIs are giving to their potential clients, they are not alive anymore.
Exactly.
From the customer point of view. So that's why they need to do something, and we have a solution for it. It is not easy to do that because you need to be also a good company. You need to have good happy clients, satisfied clients, and you need to do your business well. But anyhow, that's the way. If you want to have a healthy business, these are the topics you need to focus on.
Exactly.
But you will get that heaven if you just start to do things in a way we help you to do those things. Yeah, but that was the main idea that okay, we need to change the position. We need to change the USP. Okay, maybe we need to do also some product development things, some test and the pilots to be sure that is the way how it works. And that was the core of our strategy. And then we also decided that we will start first here in Finland. The Q1 is the quarter where we will roll out the new features and AI visibility features to our existing clients in Finland.
Yeah, and I think it was a really good decision. Before that, we tried to run Finland, UK, DACH area, USA, lots of different markets at the same time. And if you look at our social media channels and websites and everything, you will realize that like the language changed from English to Finnish, and that's been really good decision. Of course, we are still going to the different markets with this new angle and so on, but it was way easier to focus on one market at a time and
learn faster.
Learn faster and put all the effort for this market. Of course, saving some money and in our context also making some money because it's easier in Finland because we have some kind of brand here and so on.
Yeah, and the AI visibility is every region, every language territory and a country has their own AI visibility concept. So the sources what are used for the answers the AIs are giving are based on the language the user is speaking or using.
Yeah.
So that's why by focusing on one market, one language territory, language region, it has been easier for us to collect all the data and build the analytic systems to measure the impact and the influence what we can bring in
Exactly.
to our product and the features. So it was a wise decision.
Yeah, definitely.
And also we could use after that decision, when we started that early January to implement that strategy, we could use that more narrowed focus and also put all the resources from the global approaches to the Finland clients, the Finnish clients, and then that's why I think that we were able to sell a lot more than ever before because of that focus and
I agree.
more resources.
I agree, and we really needed those resources because first time for a while we made a decision that we will start selling first and then iterating the actual product or service based on the feedback we are getting from the customers, like from the first pilot customers, from the first paying customers, and so on. And that was also a wise decision because we were able to create something super fast by doing things manually first and then starting to automate things and then starting to move them or transfer them to the product. So it was a bit different approach than I don't say ever before, but first time for a while at least.
Yeah, and that was the biggest learning also, that to go fast we need to focus. We need to focus a lot if we want to go fast and test things fast. And the Q1 was a success. So I think we managed to do everything we planned. We even managed to do it better than we thought. We also we sold a lot of new, to our current clients. The number of upsell cases were very high, and it increased our ARR a lot. And then when the Q1 started, the plan in the Q1 was to also take that AI visibility and all the features what we have built together with our existing clients during the Q1 to take those features to the new clients and learn to how to sell the whole concept with the AI visibility and the Trustmary method together to the new clients. So that was the plan for Q2, and it also went pretty well.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't have everything ready early April when we started, but maybe in the end of the April or early May, we had that AI visibility planned to be in our productization and the pricing, and we started to do first new sales with help of that new productization.
Yeah, and like you mentioned in the Finnish episode of this topic, we managed to get more clients, get more money, but also we managed to retain our competitive advantages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything is changing so fast currently. So if you don't think your product and think the problems customers have and how do you solve those and so on, you can lose your competitive advantage.
That's true.
Basically.
That's true. And many SaaS companies and many software companies have lost that during the last 12 months because
replaced by AI.
Replaced by the by the cloud or
Yeah.
agents,
Yeah.
different kind of agents. So that's the problem for many, and that's why I think that the timing was good. We didn't thought that okay, we need to do something to retain that the competitive advantage that we have had, but when hindsighting, I think that's the one also important topic for us, that we didn't lose anything because of that, and we have been able to stay a modern, valuable, beneficial software. Even there is AI agents and the cloud and everything. No one has churned. No one has left as from our client place saying that they will replace Trustmary using AI agents, and that is something. I think that's a very good sign also for us.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't have actually thought about that before, but that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Because we have replaced many softwares by agents, AI agents, and the cloud.
Yeah.
All right. How about H2? What we are going to do during the H2?
Yeah, hopefully changing our social media language back to English.
Yeah.
So basically trying those different markets once again with this different angle and probably a bit different methods as well, because the baseline report funnel where we are offering AI visibility baseline report for our customer or potential customers for free. It's working really well here in Finland, and they will see the advantage of the AI visibility and their current situation, and they've been keen to improve it and starting as our customer. So basically trying that in the UK and in the area and so on.
The results what we have got here in Finland with the clients are very good.
Yeah.
So we have improved the visibility in AIs more than 20% for almost everyone in all the industries what we have measured, and we have hundreds of measurements that we have done. So we know that if you saw your real social proof, if you saw your feedback and reviews together, you made a good summaries, you saw the recent customer experience publicly with help of us, you will get more mentions, more visibility within the AI answers.
Yeah.
And that's working very well. And based on the pilots what we have done also outside of Finland, it seems that we can do that also everywhere else. And so for during the H2, we will start more pilots in many countries to gather the understanding and the data and to do the measurements there. And then we will also publish. We don't have even publicly published and we haven't done any PR here in Finland about our new features and the value what we can give and bring to the companies and even to the end clients and their clients. So that's why that is also one thing what we will do also here in Finland. And during the next couple of months, we will do the public publishment.
Yeah.
Of the new features,
which is interesting because we already have hundreds of customers using our AI profile page, and
but still there's a lot of companies who don't even know about us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So international pilots, global pilots, and then the publishment here in Finland, and to finalize the product based on the feedback collected here in Finland and with those global pilots is also the topic in case of product development.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks to the AI things around software development, I think that will also start like developing features we'll see next year and so on. So like preparing for the future as well.
Yeah. All right. So it will be a very nice autumn there. The spring and the summer was great.
Yeah.
Very great. We enjoyed a lot. We did good things, and now it seems that the autumn will be also very nice. I'm waiting a lot. I think.
Yeah, same here, and I hope that we can publish this kind of episode in December. And
Yeah, but at least we will give all the learnings after every second week when we do the podcast. We try to share the learnings what we will learn during these strategic steps.
yeah,
What we will take. So please listen to the episode and but if you have anything in your mind that any topics you would like to have a episode or hear our experiences of our topic, it can be sales, marketing, customer acquisition, customer retention, success, whatever. Please send us a message on LinkedIn or comment on YouTube or Spotify that what kind of topics you would like to hear. So we will make the episode about them.
yeah, it would be super helpful. And also, if someone outside of Finland, from some smaller medium enterprise listening this, you are warmly welcome to our pilot program. So we are also looking for pilot companies for the AI visibility outside of Finland. So hit us a message.
That's true. All right. Have a nice autumn.
Yeah, thank you, and see you in next episode.